we have to get approval first. Okay, so she's approving it now.
Okay.
You can
No, it
approve.
says meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Oh,
Yay! Is it on?
Okay. So are we live?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Oh, yep. Hold on, I want to see.
it's talking.
Wait, is it already live?
Yes, it's
Let me
live.
see. Yeah. Is it? Oh,
Oh yeah, it is. All right.
yep, it is. I can see
Yeah, I can, yeah,
myself.
you too.
Okay, awesome, cool.
Okay,
Ladies, we look beautiful. We look
this is
great.
perfect.
Camera loves us.
This is perfect. All right, so I guess we have to introduce ourselves,
Okay.
starting with our host, Donna.
She's like, oh,
Hi, everyone. I'm Donna from the United States, from Florida, sunny, hot Florida. Don't mind
Yeah.
us. Like I'm cold. It's 62, 72 degrees here. That's cold for us. So I'm here, um, and welcome to our live session.
hmm Princess.
hi everyone. My name is Princess, and I'm from North Dakota, United States of America. Also, it's very cold here. It's 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Do the conversion. So,
5 over 9. No, I'm kidding. And Dee Dee.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Diana, but my friends call me Dee. And I'm currently living in Durango, Mexico, and it's nice to be here with you today.
Yes, and of course, my name is Nikki. I'm from New York, and that's about it. I'm eating lunch. So I guess like today, so we're actually all recruiters, and I also work for VIP Kid. I know Princess and Donna, they also work for VIP Kid, and Diana has been working for iTutor since D.
Yeah, 2011. Yeah, I will.
Oh my
that's a
God!
long time.
Yes, I
Yeah, she's been
know.
there for a very long
Nearly
time.
8 years.
Oh my God. You're like the oldest iTutor consultant. But we're gonna talk about in terms of what you need to prepare when you apply online. So we're just gonna talk about it generally. So we're gonna give you some tips, and if you have any questions, feel free to type your question in the chat box below, and Princess will answer, and Donna and Diana will answer
We will
each
all
question.
answer.
We'll all answer, right,
And
Nikki?
yeah, they'll answer, and I'll just basically read your questions, and they'll answer it for you. But yeah, so if you have any questions, just go ahead and type it up, and I'll call them one by one to give you
Fair,
an
fair and
answer.
square.
Fair
Sounds
enough? Yeah,
great.
fair and square. So I guess we can start with Donna, since Donna is on top of the screen.
So that's how it is. Okay.
We start with Donna.
Just switching around. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I have a. There we go. So who
The
are we
one,
starting with now?
Donna.
Girl, you're still on top of the. Oh, did you switch it? Oh wait.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so I guess like I'm gonna give you like a few tips first. So I've been a recruiter for about 2 years, but I also worked as a mock mentor at VIP Kid for a year ago. And I noticed that a lot of applicants, I feel like when they go to the interview, they're not as prepared. Like they usually think that, oh, okay, I'm gonna go to the interview, and they think that they're just gonna speak to the recruiter or to the interviewer. But guys, you have to remember, you're competing with thousands and thousands of applicants. You have to not, I wouldn't say over prepare, but you have to look through the emails, the materials, what do you need to do? Do you need to do a mock? And usually when you're applying for an online job, just expect that you're going to conduct a mock demo. So you have to look at the emails. You have to look at it. What do you need to teach? you have to prepare some props. You don't have to buy props right away. I have props in my house, like my kids' toys and stuff like that. If you don't have a whiteboard, you can use paper, white paper. You can use a marker and stuff like that. Whatever you can, or what you have, even flashcards. If you don't have flashcards, write it on a piece of paper. Okay, so try to prepare because, like I said, you're competing with thousands of applicants. If you want to get that job, you have to prepare. You have to watch YouTube videos. There are tons and tons of YouTube videos out there that you can watch, just so you know what kind of techniques you can apply in the mock. Okay? Who's next? Princess! You're on top of it!
I would like...
Go, Diana. Go,
Okay,
Diana.
thank you.
Diana.
I just would like to add that, when you apply for a job position online, being patient is vital, because I've had many applicants who expect to get in touch with you maybe one day, and then the next day they interview, and then the following day start working. And sometimes they get angry. They are like, hey, I reached out the day before yesterday, and I don't know, I did it on Monday. Today's Wednesday, and I'm not working. What's going on? Why are you not speeding up the process? So that's something that applicants need to remember, that at least, it will take, I don't know, maybe 3 to 7 days for them to start working online. So you need to be very, very patient, and you need to be kind to your recruiter, because for us recruiters, it's not nice, to just get messages saying, what's wrong with you? Why are you not speeding up the process?
Yes.
What did you do with, the documents that you guys received, or, things like that. So I think that patience is vital when you are looking for a job online. You have to understand that it will take probably like a week before you start teaching online. So you got to be realistic.
Right. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, pretty much everybody said the things that you have to prepare before you teach online. What I want to stress out here is that make sure that you pass the requirement, because I have a lot of interviewees, we've been through the process, and then suddenly they realize, oh, I'm not done with my, let's say, TFL or my TSOL. Obviously we're all working for iTutor Group here, for everybody who's watching right now. So if you really want to be at the top, I mean, not really at the top, but rather, you have that edge, go and get that certificate, TFL, TSOL. That would really help you with the offer, I mean, the base, because I've got some applicants here that's been complaining, like, they say, oh, I have why is my base just this much when I'm a graduate, blah blah blah, and so on. Make sure that you read all the requirements, like I have a bachelor's degree, TESOL or TEFL, and I could give certain hours, well, at least for iTutor Group. But in general, bachelor's degree would really, really help you guys to get this job. So, Donnah.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about presentation. Coming in, the first minute it counts. Our managers in China, they have to go through so many different applications. So come on in the first minute. When you come in, you shouldn't be there typing on the computer. You hear the noise. It's like, it's annoying.
True.
So don't type on the computer when you're coming in. Be prepared, ready for the interview. You can't come in and trying to fix your mics and fix your headset. You have to make sure that's already, everything is in working order. You can't come in and not be ready for the interview. Yeah. You're coming in and you're getting dressed in front of the camera. Oh, let me put this on. You have to be already dressed. Yeah. You have to be already dressed. Don't come in with another company name. This is the high school where I taught, or middle school where I taught. Yeah. But don't come in with another company name, a company logo, a company logo in the background, a company logo on your manicam or on your video. So you have to come in prepared. Come in with your hair done up. If ladies, or men, come in, clean shave, put on some
Mhm.
lipstick, red.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Accessories. Accessories.
Makes your lips
Accessories.
pop. Accessories, yeah, come in.
Yeah. Oh,
Come in
I
wow.
put some glue stick.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
put some glue stick on my lips.
Uh-oh. Then
I
she
don't have
can't
any
talk.
lipstick, so we can.
Eyeliner. Eyeliner. You
Yes.
gotta.
So you
Yep. Eyeliner.
make sure
Red
your face is
lipstick.
Red
washed.
lipstick. Mhm.
Make sure
Yeah.
your face is washed. You're ready for the interview. Another
Yeah.
thing too is your lighting. Your lighting must be good. If
Yes.
you can't see
True.
Mhm.
you, I can't
Mhm.
see you. So if you're coming in and sometimes, well, I can't do it on mine because it don't work on mine. But sometimes when you put something up, it makes you darker. Yeah, do that for me,
Yes. Look.
Princess.
There.
Princess got it. Yeah, it makes you have Princess darker because she's putting something up like she.
Like a
Yeah,
shadow.
Diana got it. That
Mhm.
is a problem. If they can't see, if you can't
Mhm.
see you, I can't see you. If you're
Mhm.
using a prop, you're using a prop. Where's my letter? My letter C for cow. Yeah, and you're coming in and you're covering your face. I can't see you.
Yeah.
I need to see you. So it's different teaching online than teaching in person. When you're teaching
Mhm.
in person, you can always go, see, everybody see, and you're looking around the room, yeah? But when you're
Mhm.
teaching online, I am your audience. So
That's right.
therefore, you have to show me see. Yeah, you can always cover
Mhm.
it. Small C.
Mhm.
Or oh, that's big C. I don't even know a big C or small C anymore. Big C. C. Yeah? I think when I go like this, you can't hardly see me. But you have to, and I don't have on any lights. I
Mhm.
don't have on any lights. My lights turned off. I forgot to turn it off. But
The
I'm
sound.
sitting next to a window.
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
it's important too where you position yourself. I'm
Right.
positioned next to a window, so
Mhm.
therefore I'm using the natural light. In the nighttime, the window is shut, and I have three lights, one
Wow.
here, and one here. So your lighting position will make you dark or make you light.
Mhm.
Make, it's important for them to see you because
That's
when
right.
they see you, they can understand you.
Yep.
Right.
True.
You
So
can see your facial expressions
yes, the
too.
facial expressions are very good. So that's one of my tips.
Mhm.
And I'll wait around because I think we're going to talk about TPR as well, right?
Mhm. Mhm. And
So,
another thing too that I want to add is like you have to be very very professional. Like just like what you said, you have to check your equipment because I would have like applicants wherein they would come in and their equipment aren't working, like the camera's not working,
mhm,
or the headset's not working, or they would come without a headset. Or
Mm-hmm.
I would have applicants who would come in wearing a tube, like a tube top, or like
Oh, I
yes.
have
sleeveless
one.
shirt. And it's funny because I had an applicant, and this was like I think 4 months ago. So she came on the camera, and she was wearing a tube. I thought she was naked because it was
It's
like
like
this.
this, right?
It was like this. It was covering the camera is covering her tube top, and then I was like, I had to like, I had to like look at it again, and I'm like, and she was like, oh, I'm wearing a tube. I was like, oh,
Oh
and then
my God.
I didn't say anything, but I was thinking it. I'm like, oh my god, I thought she was naked. She was wearing a tube, and then I mean, something like that. I mean, she's probably thinking, oh, I'm gonna overdress, but really wearing a tube, you're gonna look like or wearing a sleeveless shirt. I mean, some companies are okay with that, but if you're gonna wear like a spaghetti strap, top, it just doesn't look professional because
That's
would
right.
you go to an interview like that wearing a tube or like a spaghetti strap, right? You
Mm.
wouldn't. You would never.
And I think too, one of the other things is that most online companies, you either have to wear a collared shirt or
Hmm.
a t-shirt.
Right.
That's usually what we wear. That's our uniform. So the best thing to
Hmm.
do is get a plain collared shirt.
That's right.
Don't get one with your school logo on there. Wear a collared shirt or wear a t-shirt.
Right.
That way it won't distract. And
Or
I
a
forgot too,
cardigan.
your
Cardigan.
background. Yes, your background also is very important.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, too, people have the wrong. I've seen beds. I've had to tell people take the stuff off your bed.
Kitchens,
Yes, I
kitchens.
don't want to see your kitchen. I don't want to see your sheet. Someone said, "Well, that's my sheet. That's my comforter." I'm like, "I don't care if it's your comforter. Take it off." So do not have that on your don't have that. Make sure that you are beside a wall. And if you can just
Mm-hmm.
decorate your wall with the simplest of decoration, you can go to Dollar
Mm-hmm.
Tree and get a
Yeah.
shower curtain with the
Mm-hmm.
decoration on it. Like now it's fall. So you can get a fall shower curtain and put it up.
Yes,
And
Yeah, that's a good idea.
that's
that's
it
your
right
background.
there.
That's
That's your
true.
Yeah.
background, a
That's
fall
Very
shower
true.
good.
curtain.
Mm-hmm.
$1. You're investing
Wow.
$1
Mhm.
to get a job that you can make thousands of dollars in a
Yes.
month. That's how
Exactly.
you got to look
Amen.
at it.
Amen.
Woo.
That is so
Yes.
true. That is so true. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You gotta you don't have to spend tons of money, you know,
No.
preparing. Like you don't like because people have this mindset where I don't want to spend like $25 on my background or like getting props and stuff like that. But you got to remember, even when you apply in a traditional job, you're gonna have to spend a bit of money to
Mhm.
to get like a blouse or
It's an
um
investment.
it's an investment getting
Yes.
a job, even whether it may be traditional or online. It's an investment
Hmm.
getting a job. I had an interview, and this was like I think this was a year ago, and as soon as I opened the camera, the lady was like on a couch like this. She was like on the couch,
She looks
half,
Hired.
comfy, huh?
Immediately hired. Yeah.
and I'm like,
I need you.
are you on a couch? I was like, are you on a couch? And she's like, I was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, just so you know, you're gonna have to use total physical response. So as soon as she started doing the interview, she put her camera like in between her legs, and then she it was hard to watch, but I felt bad because she was really nice. She was nice, and I said, maybe if you can submit a video, maybe you can use that, but make sure do not be on your couch like this because they're gonna be watching, and you guys have to remember those video interviews are recorded.
Yes.
Anything you
From the
say
beginning. From the
from the
beginning.
very beginning, yes,
As soon as
anything you
they
say
enter the platform.
recording. It's recording right away. You gotta be careful with well, not careful with what you say, but you gotta be professional with what you say, or you gotta be professional with your reactions. If you're gonna be pissed, if you're not happy with with the feedback that you're getting, just listen, because maybe you can pick something up, and then you just don't. You can think it, but don't say it because it's recorded.
True.
Mhm.
And sometimes, I've had applicants who are eating during the interview. Or
Oh, like this?
show us. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
big
exactly
bites.
like that. Exactly. Or sometimes they are chewing gum, or
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they are drinking something else, that is not water. Sometimes I've had this, I had this applicant once who spilled a whole gallon of milk
Oh
Oh
my
my
god!
all over
gosh.
his
I remember
food.
that.
He was
I remember that.
drinking. He was drinking from the gallon,
Oh
and I
my
was like,
gosh.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that in an actual interview. I mean, I wouldn't even
Hmm.
chew gum in an actual
No,
interview. Why
Yeah.
doing it
like
in an online interview?
Right, exactly.
Unless you're Nikki.
Unless you're Nikki. I had one. She had to have her daughter with her. She's a baby, okay? She's a baby. I mean, okay, okay, this lady's really good. I mean,
hmm
she's a really good teacher. She's teaching with another company. And then suddenly her baby cried. So
oh,
the baby was there in the camera too.
hmm
I'm like, oh, my heart is melting. But as much as possible, if you know you're gonna have an interview,
yes,
please make sure somebody can watch the
yes,
kids so
yes,
there's no interruption. I mean, it's only
hmm
11, 15 minutes.
yes,
You can get somebody to watch your kid for that
hmm
short of a time. So,
exactly.
Certainly.
you know,
We
But you
like
would
kids.
not, you,
We
wait,
love
you would
kids,
not
but
bring your kid.
it's
yeah.
Yeah, you.
inappropriate. I mean, you wouldn't bring a child to a
Yes.
job interview again.
Exactly.
Everything or anything that you would or wouldn't do in an actual job interview, we
Mhm.
expect the same in an
Right.
online interview. And I
Mhm.
just want to add that something that I think that gives applicants a plus is that sometimes they get like a red shirt. For example, they come to an interview
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
they're wearing a red
Right.
shirt. So
Hmm.
that shows me their
Mhm.
enthusiasm. That shows me
Yes.
that they are really
Right.
excited,
Right.
that they're willing to go
Mhm.
the extra mile. So if you are
Mhm.
interviewing for iTutor Group and if you have a red polo or if you can get it,
Mhm.
that also, helps you. It can be very
Yep.
helpful.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
That's
It
right.
does. It does help. As a matter of fact, I was looking for one of my little thingamajiggies. My little
Thingamajiggy.
yes, thingamajiggies.
Thingamajiggies.
Yeah, that I have
Sabrina said
here.
that.
And it was a company that I was interviewing
Mhm.
for a couple years ago, maybe about 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And what I did, I had the color that I saw on their thing, and I printed it up and I just stuck it on. I
Oh.
stuck
Oh,
on their logo and what have you right
Mhm.
here. And
yeah.
they saw that and they gave me the job. They just didn't
Oh.
have any
Mhm.
students.
Those are the
Ah.
little
Yeah.
details that get you hired.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, I got
Exactly.
hired right on the spot. They were like, I like that. So that
Mhm.
goes back to the red shirt. Make sure that you have the red
Mhm.
shirt, make sure that you have the headset.
Proper equipment,
Yeah,
right?
proper
Mhm.
equipment working.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because like Diana said, it's like the little details. They look at that. They appreciate it because you, like I said, it goes back to the fact that you're going to be competing with thousands and thousands of applicants. So don't feel bad if you get rejected. Maybe because you did not prepare as well as say Princess or Donna or Diana. If you wanted that job, you gotta come
Exactly.
That's
prepared.
that's
If
Right.
what
I,
I was going to say as
uh-huh.
well too, that when a lot of times too, because in other companies you have the recruitment department is out of
Mhm.
China, so
Mhm.
they're not used to teacher recruiters, so they
That's right.
figure, okay, it's a teacher recruiter, I just go in, hello, hi, yes, and we just talk and this and that.
Like,
No, you have to impress
Mhm.
Right.
us just as much, so you have to have
Exactly.
everything together. Just because we are, a teachers here and we
Mhm.
probably work together, somewhere down the line over the years or what
Mhm.
have you, doesn't mean that when you come into the interview, you're not going to try to rock our world.
Yes.
You got
Right.
to rock our world, bring it on, because once we say pass, then, our managers look at that and say,
Yep.
yes, that is a definite pass. Because
Mhm.
when you interview someone and you know that they've done an A plus plus plus
Mhm.
plus, you're going, yes, 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 yes,
Yup.
yes. And it's sad when you know they haven't, because you can't go, yes, yes, yes. You're like, oh, I don't know,
Right.
uh-huh.
uncertain. They're going to try to get this together and they're going to work on that and they're going to work on
Mhm.
this, but come in impressing us. Don't take us for
Exactly.
granted
Exactly.
because we're not in
Mhm.
China.
Hmm.
How you
Exactly.
know I'm not in China? How you know I'm not Chinese?
Show them your Chinese skills, Nana. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
You
I
look
Go
got
ahead.
skills.
Chinese,
I got
Donna.
skills.
So
Look.
Chinese. You
Look,
look
I got
so
skills.
Chinese right now.
Look,
You can
don't
even
play
use
with
the
me.
chopsticks,
Is your
right?
last
Yes,
name
I
Chan? I
got
think it's
chopsticks.
Donna Chan. Donna Chan. I knew it. I knew it.
Look, I
Oh.
got chopsticks.
It's not really Donna Matt. It's at Mathematis. It's not.
He
It's not.
has
That's not her last
chopsticks.
name.
Well,
He's not afraid
actually,
of using them.
my married name is Chinese. It's Huey. Huie. Yeah,
Oh,
Huey.
there
Yes.
I
you
didn't know
go.
that. See,
Yeah.
I
Well,
I, I knew you had some Chinese.
my old married name.
But
So
Chinese.
here, see, and
Oh,
some people
a
still.
fortune cookie.
Yes, which is not Chinese anyway, it's Japanese, right? And this is
Still,
American.
you're still
I
using
got.
the chopsticks though.
Yeah,
Yes,
So
I
but
can
still,
use
you still have the
the
chopsticks. That's
chopsticks,
right.
yes.
Mhm.
So impress me because I have
Yes.
some skills like a Chinese person.
Mhm. Oh,
Yes.
Exactly.
I was actually going to give a shout out to remember Marcus yesterday when he showed up in the live? Did you see what he was wearing?
I know, I love
Yes.
it.
Yes.
I
He
love
was
Blue.
that.
wearing sort of like a Chinese inspired what do you call it? Like a
Um,
blazer.
yeah, like
Yes.
a
Yeah,
polo.
Yeah, it's like a polo, and it's like blue, and it has like a gold
Mhm.
Chinese,
Gold
I don't know
design
what
or
the
I don't
design,
know.
right?
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
mean, if you come in an interview like that, I'm gonna be like, where did you get that? I want that.
I want
I mean,
one.
I want one. It's like it's sort of like one of those things wherein even if it's just something small,
Something small, yeah. Mhm.
something small, like it makes you think like, oh my God, like yeah, he actually prepared for the interview.
Yeah.
I like that. So even if there are some shortcomings when it comes to the actual techniques, you would think and go back to the fact that, you know what, this applicant came prepared. You know, this
Mhm.
applicant had proper equipment, cameras working, headsets working, good background, props, maybe a little bit more TPR, maybe a little bit more modeling, and the applicant spoke a lot, but there's potential.
Mhm.
Even
Right.
just that potential that you see in that applicant, if you say, okay, I'll pass this applicant because there's a potential that he can or she can be a great teacher, and the manager would consider that.
Mhm.
That's
You know,
right.
you don't
So
have to be perfect.
That's
true,
right.
but so basically they have to impress us and also our supervisors in China. So you got to
Mhm.
be ready for that because if we interview 20 people in a day, by the end
Mhm.
of the day, we will probably remember those teachers who went the extra mile, those teachers who used
Yeah.
props, even, if they were kind of cheap props, such as this
Mhm.
one, or teachers who were properly dressed, professionally dressed, people who
Okay.
teachers who used TPR, who had the proper equipment.
Cheap.
I
Cheap.
will
This is cheap.
She
This
That's
is
cheap.
cheap props.
Okay, so I guess this is
Don't get any
high
cheaper
end.
than that.
Are you talking about my cheap prop, Diana?
Cheap.
Yeah, that's
This is
exactly what
cheap.
I'm talking about.
How
Or
about this
like,
one?
look at my
Yeah,
son.
that's cheap props.
My son loves its art.
You mean this cheap
I
prop?
didn't
Right.
I
Are you
didn't
talking about
even
this?
buy a stick. I just used my pen. I just used my pen and stick that face right there and keep it.
Okay, I take it back. I take it back. Your props are the cheapest props in the
It's my
world.
pen. My face.
Oh my God.
Wind.
Yeah. There
You gotta
Very
be creative. You gotta be
yeah, you gotta
creative.
be
I'm telling
creative,
you, you
yeah.
gotta be
Exactly.
creative.
And if you make us laugh, if you make us enjoy the mock, that's something
Mhm.
that we are going to remember because we
Yeah,
interview
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
dozens of teachers each week, if not hundreds. So it's very
Mhm.
important that we remember you, that we speak
You
well
gotta
of
be memorable.
you.
Mhm.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
It's
Yes.
all
that
about being memorable.
Yeah.
what I look at also is what I want you to teach me. What I want to come back to your class. Are
Right.
you that personable that I would like, hmm, I would love to take a class with you. That's
Yes.
what you want to do in the interview because that's what
Mhm.
you're doing when you're teaching online.
Yep.
You're saying to the company, you're saying to iTutor Group, let me be the face of iTutor Group.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Let me
Mhm.
attract customers every week.
Mhm.
Let me bring that customer back,
Mhm.
coming back week after week to see me. They're actually coming back to see
Yeah.
me.
And
That's
it's
what,
not just and it's not just for iTutor too, for VIP Kid because the parents pick you as their
Right.
teacher.
yes,
It's the same
yes.
thing. If you want them to pick you as a teacher again, it's the same exact concept.
Right.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. So you have to be that personal. You have to, that's
Mhm.
another thing too. I tell when I'm mentoring, because I mentor quite a
Mhm.
few people every week. I do live seminars and I mentor folks.
Mhm.
And I tell them, you have to smile from the moment you start the interview to
Yeah.
hello to bye bye, see you next time, or see you later. Thank you.
Mhm.
Make sure you're smiling. I
Yep.
don't want to see your resting face because our resting face sometimes can make you upset. Yeah, so you want to smile throughout the whole thing. As a matter of fact, I let them know if I smile, you smile. We
Mhm.
smile. I smile, you smile, we
Yep.
smile.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So that's
Yep.
Yes.
important in a
Exactly.
mock, a smile. What else? Because I also want my interviewees to correct me during the mock. That's something that I
Mhm.
always pay attention to.
Mhm.
I make mistakes on purpose. I say things the wrong way
Mhm.
just to see
Mhm.
if they're going to correct me and how they will do it because
Yep.
that is very important to our students. They like to be corrected whenever they
Mhm.
make mistakes. but they don't want you to tell them, no, you're wrong. That's now how we say it. What's wrong with you? So that's something that I really pay attention to during interviews. What about you, ladies?
Oh yeah,
I
no,
do.
I'm definitely the same. I'm definitely the same. Because you know what it is like, um, when you're coming to an interview, you have to expect that there are going to be criticisms because we're not perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect applicant. You can come from other companies and think that, oh, I've already been working for company A and company B and C. When I come to the interview in company D, I can rock this. But it's not always the case because it's possible that you've gotten so comfortable teaching at companies A, B, and C that you fail to actually, use all of the techniques because you're so used to your students being so responsive that sometimes you fail to cup your ear because, you're so used to like your student being responsive. But when you come to an interview, they're going to be by the book. There's a rubric that the interviewers follow. So you have to look at and watch whatever videos or sometimes they give
Materials.
you a PDF file that you have to review. Check what they're looking for. Are they a kind of company that focus more on TPR, or they want you modeling and stuff like that? Then you have to focus on that. You have to hit those techniques, and don't expect that just because you always get a response at company A, B, and C from the students, don't expect that your interviewer will do the same. Because, like I said, there's a rubric that they follow, so they're gonna pretend that they're like a zero, level zero student who has like absolutely no English. So just hit those techniques because if that's what they're looking for, that's what you're gonna give. If you don't know how to do it, watch YouTube videos. There are tons and tons of YouTube videos. You can't say, "Oh, I didn't know that I'm supposed to do this because oh, I got 10 minutes." Take a second. You can't say, "Oh, I don't know how to do it." And I'm like, well, there are videos that you can watch. If you don't know how to do it, you should have you
Do
should have
your
done some research.
research.
Right,
Exactly.
your research.
Hmm.
One
Yes.
thing, I want to add though is, I had an interviewer, or rather, yeah, I had an interview wherein this guy, okay, I remember he's a guy. At the very beginning, it was very pleasant. He was smiling, like what Donna said, smiling and everything. But it went on and on and on. Like he was the one talking all the time. It took us like
Hmm.
6 minutes before we can actually do the interview. And he did not give me a chance to talk. So guys, when you are in an interview, let
Hmm.
the interviewer talk first and tell you, what he or she wants from you,
Hmm.
information like that. Because if you just keep on talking about yourself and it's not
Hmm.
making any sense anymore, then I'm kind of thinking, um I mean, oh, Tori's here.
Stories here.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, just listen to the interviewer, and then after that, then you can mention whatever you need to mention, like
Hmm.
your whatever will make you get this job
Hmm.
and what would impress them. So give them
Yeah,
time.
and listen attentively, because
Right.
sometimes when I'm talking, it happens that I ask a question, and when I'm talking, some applicants are like, yeah, mm-hmm,
Oh
mm-hmm.
no, that is so rude.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So they are looking at something else, they are talking to someone else, they are looking at their
Hmm.
phones, they are not making eye contact. And I know
Yeah.
that making eye contact when you are in an online interview, it's quite a
Yes.
challenge, but you can use
Hmm.
something, just on top of your camera, put something, put
Yeah.
a pin, put a
Yes.
post-it, put something
Post-it
colorful
notes. I have post-it
to
notes.
exactly. So you guys remember that the only way of making eye contact during an online interview is by looking at the camera directly. So you want to
Hmm.
be smiling and looking
Hmm.
at the camera, not looking at the wall, looking at your daughter who spilled the milk there, or who knows. Okay, just make eye
Does it
contact.
happen at
Right.
your house,
Show
Diana?
interest. Yeah, please. That's
Since
very
we
important.
have Tori join us. Tori, I know you're new at iTutor. What are some of the things that you prepared when you were an applicant, when you did the interview, or before you did the interview? What are some of the things that you prepared?
Well, looking at the information that they give, as far as what's expected, all the videos leading up to the interview time, and reading the content and preparing my props, and um, just looking at it in the eye of trying to get a child's attention and being the best animated um, person that I could be.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good. And how would you describe the process? How long did it actually, take you to receive the email saying that your account was fully activated?
Well, the process, I mean, I give thumbs up to somebody who's ready to get to work, um, and if you are motivated and a self-starter, I mean, you just follow the steps and you keep going. You finish the training and you get in and you just jump in as quick as possible. But I like that they allow you, you know, to do that, on your pace. And if you want to get in quick, and some people drag their feet, but I definitely appreciate the process, that it didn't take 3 weeks, a month to get started.
Tori, how long did you got interviewed and hired about the same, what, in a couple of hours?
Yes, we had our interview on Friday. We were afraid that
No,
that
it's
it
so
wouldn't
quick.
process because it was Friday, but by Saturday I had my acceptance email, and I think by Sunday I had finished all the training. By Monday I was picking my schedule, and on Tuesday
Look at
Wow.
I was
that.
working.
Wow.
And who was your recruiter again?
Donna is like,
And also,
Queen! It's the
Donna,
queen!
I just wanted to
Don't,
know,
don't
I
forget to
just,
say queen. You gotta say Queen
oh,
Donna.
wait a minute. Wait, I got to get my props
Change
here.
your name.
I
Change
forgot
your name.
about my
Queen Donna.
Queen
props.
Donna.
Queen Donna, that's right. Because I
Queen
make
Donna,
sure
Your
I will
Majesty.
stay on you. That's the thing too I like about iTutor, all of our recruiters.
Yes.
We will stay on you to make sure you get those
Mhm.
first 50 classes in. We're not just going to
Mhm.
drop you. We're going to make
Yeah.
sure that you get those first 50 classes in.
Mhm.
So we're not just here to just say come on in, sign up, use my link and
Mhm.
all of that. We will work with
Mhm.
you to make sure that you are set, you are straight, you're onboarded all through your
Mhm.
onboarding process. They can reach out to us.
Mhm.
I know because I've
Yep.
watched Nikki, I've watched Princess. I'm learning about Diana for the last
Mhm.
couple of months, but I've seen these
Mhm.
other two in actions. Diana, I see her, texting folks, and I see her in the groups
Yep.
responding, so we work with you to get you at least 50 classes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I
We
try to
don't
get
want
you
you
Like
at
to
that.
get your absence
That's
on your
actually
first
a
day.
very good
You
point.
know?
That's a very good point, Donna. As we wrap up this live, another thing that Donna mentioned that's really really important is before you start, your online journey, you have to find a mentor. You
Mhm.
better find a mentor that you can work with because Tori really worked well with Donna because they connected. They connected. Donna's always helping her and stuff like that. Princess, myself, and Diana. We also have other mentees whom we've connected. So you gotta find a
Yes.
mentor that can help you because if you're gonna do it by yourself, I mean, sure you can do it by yourself, but if you have questions that it's probably a question that you can't just find from Facebook groups.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Who are you gonna go to? Who are you gonna go to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
that's very important because a lot of people, I've heard it in the Facebook groups, in one
Mhm.
particular group particular, that there is someone there that's always telling everyone, go and do it on the do the recording. Just do the recorded interview. You don't need a
You
teacher
know.
rep. Do a recorded interview. Yeah, do the recorded interview. When the recording get messed up and you get denied,
Who are you gonna go to?
who you
Who
gonna
are you gonna
call?
call? Go
Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Don't call. So
go.
this is important. And then to help you to get on board,
Mhm.
and to answer all your onboarding questions,
Mhm.
because you do have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I missed my first class because I didn't have, I didn't have that support that I wanted to, that I am giving. I didn't have a me. I didn't have a Nikki. I didn't have a Princess. I didn't have a Diana. So therefore, I missed my first class. My first day I was absent. My first week,
Mhm.
I think I had probably about 50 absences. I thought I was going to get fired,
Oh my gosh.
but I
Well,
got
I
it
had that
together.
nightmare today,
Yes, I know.
Mm. Oh.
but I am on class number 39 after just
Oh
a week.
wow.
And
Wow.
Just
how
a
long?
week?
How
Oh
long?
my.
How
A
long have
week,
you? A week and class number what?
39.
39. Oh my God.
You know,
That's
I'm
what I'm
done with you
saying.
after when you reach 50 next week, right? I'm done. I don't even call me. Don't talk to me.
Okay, ladies, I gotta go. I gotta run,
Oh,
but thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
thanks,
Yeah,
Dee.
Thanks,
We're
talk
Dee.
actually
to you
about to wrap
Thank
later.
you,
up. Oh,
Diana.
Talk to you
any last
later.
words? Any last words before you go, Dee? We're about to go too. But any last
Okay.
words?
Well, basically, preparation is the key. That's what we have been talking, in these lives. So just get ready, act like you would behave like you would behave in a
Mm-hmm.
normal
Mm-hmm.
interview. Just be
Mm-hmm.
professional. Watch your language. I forgot about that one. Uh, don't see things like, oh, crap, right? Sometimes I'm in an interview and they drop the problem. Oh, crap. So watch your language. You will be working with kids, so just be
Right,
professional.
right.
Okay?
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Awesome. Thank
Dee.
you,
Bye,
Diana.
Bye,
everybody.
Bye.
Dee. Okay,
Bye-bye.
my turn, my turn. Last words for me so I can eat my steak. So,
It's
last
getting
words for
cold.
me. So, yeah, okay, but of course, find a mentor. Okay, just like what
Yes.
Donna said, find a mentor. Prepare. You don't have to over prepare, but you gotta prepare. Look at the materials. What do you need to prepare? If you need props, you can improvise. You don't need to spend tons of money to get props. You're competing with thousands and thousands of applicants. You have to be special. You have to be memorable if you want that job,
Mhm.
and you gotta be respectful of your interviewer as well. And like I said, if you have any questions, go to your mentor. They'll help you.
Mhm.
That's why you have to find a mentor, because if you have any questions about anything, they will guide you. They will tell you what to do. They will tell you what to prepare. And you just want to be able to have that person beside you in your whole journey.
Mhm.
Okay? And prepare,
Right.
prepare, prepare, be special, be memorable. And that's about it.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Thank you,
guys
Bye.
for
Prince. Thank you,
watching.
Nikki. Thank you,
Thank
Thank
Princess.
you, Donna,
you.
Nikki,
Thank you,
Tori.
Tori.
Oh,
Thank
wait.
you. Thank you
Thank
for
you guys.
surprising us, Tori, and coming in.
Yeah, we were
Wait,
surprised. Like,
but did you
okay.
notice? Did you notice something? Tori has what you have, Manicam now?
Manicam.
Manicam. That's just
Manicam.
Manicam.
Yes,
Yes.
I,
because okay, so I've always had it, but I put in the
oh.
iTutor teacher group what other browsers work
Manicam.
with
Firefox.
the yeah, but it's not Firefox. Firefox would not
Brave?
work.
Okay.
Brave,
Brave browser?
Brave,
Oh,
Brave browser.
Brave
Yeah, they've been
browser.
talking
Brave.
about
Yes,
it a lot. Yeah. Hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
Brave just broke off from Chrome, so it kind of
Okay.
Oh.
mirrors
Ah,
Chrome almost
right.
identically. So I was able to pull up my camera in Brave. I'm so excited. Now I get to practice with
Yay!
my effects.
There you
Yay!
Awesome.
go.
That's nice.
But it's really nice
Awesome.
to have you here because at least they were people are able to actually hear from someone who's new.
Yes.
Right.
In terms of like what you prepared, like how did you prepare, how did you pass, and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
It's like a sweet
Yeah.
Yes.
surprise.
It
Yes.
was. It
Sorry,
was.
sorry,
I
I'm
was.
sorry. I
No
had so much fun
matter.
yesterday. Yesterday we had so much fun. I was like, oh, they're online. Let me click.
You
she kn-
actually
she
did.
knows
It was
our
perfect timing.
address.
I know. She knows our address.
It was
We can't
perfect
hide.
timing.
Anyway.
It was
Awesome.
actually perfect timing. But thank you so
Yeah.
much,
Yes.
ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
And
you.
you.
if you guys have any questions, type it in the chat box. We'll keep on responding to your questions. And if you have any other questions, you can PM us directly if you want, but not at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
My phone is off anyway.
Okay. I'm going to stop the live stream.